What's up, amigos? Commander Jaime here today. We're going to do a how-to video on how to make proxies. So this way it'll be a lot easier to make playtesting as soon as reviews come out. And I know famous YouTubers such as Top Deck Heroes make these right on the spot and actually start playing games with it. And me and my friend Duke has been making these for a while, and so I just wanted to share on how to make it so that way you guys can get a chance to start playtesting with the new stuff too as well as soon as possible. So let's get right into it. Real quick sponsorship note, Next Level Gaming had the November playmat, as you can see, with Brent Gay with Dimension Police signed with it. It's really cool with the prison units too as well, so I definitely highly recommend get your playmat as soon as possible. This is a limited time as well. And with the upcoming December playmat, as you can see, it will be lyrical units as well with the Christmas theme behind it. Obviously, it's still a work in progress, but this is more to come as well. And again, the link to the store is actually at my description with the affiliated link, or you can go to the website and use my Commander Jaime discount promo to get a 10% discount on your next order. So first things first, so what you need is, first off, is a program that I use, paint.net. You can download this for free on the website too. I'll actually link it down below. And it's not Paint from actually Microsoft, it's paint.net. So as you can see, it's a different type of program entirely at that point. So I just want to double check with that too. The next thing that you'll need is a proxy sheet from Top Deck Heroes' website or YouTube channel. So I'll also put that link in the description below, and so you can just get one of their proxy sheets on their Google Drive and download it. I just grabbed this one as a standard one. The main thing, because we want to download this, is because the size dimensions are already done for us. So this makes it even faster and easier for us to like make proxies over these. So that way you can just be as quick as possible and start playing. Once you've installed paint.net and actually downloaded the proxy sheet, all you have to do is click on the file, the JPEG, and then open with it with paint.net. If you download it into PNG or a different type of file, you can open it in regular Paint and then just save it as a JPEG too, if you have any difficulties with that too. Just thought I'd throw that in there. So once you open the proxy sheet via paint.net, this is what it looks like. I've already gone a step ahead and actually created the Yatagarasu proxies. For me, the only thing that I care about most of the time is really just having the effect on there, because I already know the name of the unit. It just makes things easier to read at that point. So if you want to make it even look more nicer, like add more text boxes or anything like rarities, you can feel free to do so if you want to extend on that. But I'll just be focusing on having the card print out late correctly with the effect with the text box. So I can show you how to do that in steps. So the first thing you want to go to is actually here in the layers tab. There's an import from file function. So go ahead and click that and make sure you click on the file that you want to, or the card that you want. These were actually copied from the wiki, and I can also show that real quick. So I mean, here for me, I go to the wiki. Let's do Himiko reverse. I typically just click on the card itself. I go to full size image just in case, and then I can just right click on the card and click save image as. You can name it whatever you want. So I'm going to say Himiko reverse, and then save. So now, as you can see, there's our Himiko reverse there at that point. In this example, I'm going to actually do cider. So let's open that. And the sizing may vary, but as you can see, it imported the picture, and you can adjust the size and you can move it around. So you want to make sure you place it in the corners of the dimensions that you can see. A quick tip, if you want to zoom in and out, you can hold Control on your keyboard and then use the mouse wheel up and down to zoom in and zoom out. So in this case, I'm zooming in a little bit just to make it easier. And as you can see, there's little blue lines here that go through the cards themselves. You want to line it up, at least for me, in the left top corner here. And then once that looks good enough for you, you can drag the size here with this little circle on the corner and just drag it close to the corner here as well. And kind of line it up like inside the lines. So that way it's like a decent size at that point. So now your card looks like this. One quick tip too. Now that you're done with the selection of image in paint.net, you can click Control D to deselect that image. So now you can focus on adding another layer on top of that. And if you want to learn more about paint.net and layers and all that stuff, you can look that up too, but I'm trying to make it as simple as possible too as we go with this video too. So the next thing is the text box, and the text box size doesn't matter as long as it matches basically what the card has. You may have to change the text size because Yatagarasu has like multiple conditions and that it started going below the text box, but I'll show you what you can do with that too. So here in this tool window, there's like a little shapes you can click on there. And one thing you want to make sure is this little section that's just like draw shape outline, filled shape, draw shape with outline. I do with outline that's filled up. So that way your cursor turns like a little plus sign here. And I haven't changed any colors at all. So when I look at this corner of this text box that I want to start with, I click with the left mouse and then drag it. And so you can just make it a sizable. Once you're done, you can actually also move it around. So if you just want to like kind of cover the box, for example, and that looks pretty good already. So again, you can do Control D to deselect. So now like, okay, step 2 is done. The next thing and the last thing really is the text. So there's a T over here, stands for text. Who knows? You want to change the size of the font though. I usually do 6. I ended up doing 5 for Yadagarasu again because she had like multiple conditions in her effect. And then before you actually click on the cursor to do the text box, I actually go back to the wiki for, let's say, Apple Witch Cider here to copy its effect text. So you can highlight over here and then right click on it and then copy. Now that you're back in here, you can left click to start your cursor for the text to begin. It starts from left and then it goes to right, obviously. So here you want to make sure you have enough space on the top. So this is a decent spot, so I'll press here. Now you can Control V for pasting the text. And if you want to adjust the text, like if it's too close to your border, you can always adjust it too. You can redo it, not a big deal. And then you notice that the text is just completely all the way to the right. So what I do is when I reach to the end of that text box, I get right behind the word that's already out of bounds, and you can hold Shift and press Enter. That'll cause to create a new line. So it moved the text to the new line. And I just repeat the same thing for the next portion to my liking at that point too. And I do it right here before the your, and then hold Shift Enter, and boom. And as you can see, sometimes the way that it's worded, it may not fit. So in this case, I just wanted to show that, oh, this is too big. How can I fix it? You can Control Z, and now your text is gone. And click on the text again and change the size to a smaller font to, let's say, 5 in this example. And then do the same thing here on the top left, and then Control V the text that we still have copied. So I'm gonna do the same thing, Shift Enter to move it down line. And I just wanted to show that off. So it may happen, you may have to make the text smaller so that it fits. It's perfectly normal. So it happens to everybody. And as you can see, I like it this way. So I'm gonna do Control D to deselect it. So now the card zoomed out looks like this. It's readable at the point. That's the whole point, and it's in English for you, or if you want to use it in Spanish, Italian, depending on what language you wanted to. In that respect, you just get creative. So that's just one copy of a proxy. So most times you want playsets. So that'll be really the next final step. And so now that you have everything deselected, what you want to do is go here and click on rectangle select. This, you want to make sure you zoom in onto the top left corner inside the blue lines if possible. And then you can use your mouse wheel to go down, and then you can also go around past the window, and it'll scroll for you automatically in that sense too. So it takes a little bit of practice, but you'll get the hang of it really quick. And then you want to make sure you're inside the blue lines again. Let go. Now you can see this whole card is selected. This part of the image of this file is selected. And now that you have selected this, you can Control C to copy that, and then Control V to paste it. It looked like nothing happened, but as you can see, it actually pasted a new copy. And I'm just gonna line it up to the next spot around the same edges as well. So if I zoom in now, you can see it actually made a perfect copy, which includes the image, the text box, and the text itself. So this helps speeds up the process. So you can Control V to make another copy and do the same thing. And you know, before I was actually doing them one by one, and it took a lot longer and it became tedious. And I was just like, is there a faster way to do this? And so basically by deselecting everything, it speeds up the process because you just copy the finished product in that sense. And depending on where you're at in your screen, when you Control V, the image will show up pretty much on the left side. So now if I zoom out, you can see that now I have 4 copies of Apple Witch Cider with my Yadagarasus 2 ready for proxy play testing. So if you found this video very helpful, please give it a like. I'd like to see your comments too. Was this helpful, or any tips to help speed this up, or what are some things that you guys do for proxies? Again, credit to Top Deck Heroes for even having the sheets available too. This makes things a lot simpler, so you don't have to worry about dimensions, and literally you could just use the same template over and over at that point too. And what I normally do as a last step, I save as and just name it whatever you want, and make sure you do a different file name too, and make sure you change the file type to JPEG or PNG. I go with PNG just to have a little more detail to it, just in case too. And so I'll call this Yatagarasu, for example. Now that's saved. It'll ask for configuration. I don't touch any of these. I just click OK. Flatten. You want to flatten it because there's different layers on it. Go to Yatagarasu, and there is our proxy sheet. So you open it, and it looks like this. So you can print this out in your printer. I usually don't change any settings, and you go from there as well. Again, if you like the video, give it a like down. It really helps with the channel and also the video too, to get spread out to people that may be interested in printing out proxies for themselves. Again, comment down below, what do you guys think? Do you guys enjoy new reviews and immediately want to test? What's your experiences using with proxies too, and how it's made testing a lot easier with quote-unquote real-life cards versus then CFA, or waiting for the update for CFA in that sense too. And if you have any other amigos that would be interested in proxies, or even see how the process works at a very simplified way, feel free to share the video with them too and see if they like it and also want to create their own proxies too. And then of course, subscribe. See you amigos. Bye!